Hey everybody, welcome back. What's going on? Today's video is going to be all about drugstore foundation sponges. I have 5 here that I'm going to battle out for you guys. I'm going to let you know which one is my favorite, which one is my least favorite. Looking at all 5 though, there isn't one that's terrible. They're all pretty good, but there are some that I like more than others. So I'm going to cover all of those areas for you guys. If you're interested, keep on watching. Let me give you guys the lineup of sponges. I have the NYX Flawless Finish Blending Sponge. I have the L'Oreal Blend Artist Infallible Foundation Blender, the Real Techniques Mriacle Diamond Sponge, the Ecotools Perfecting Blender Duo, and then the Mriacle Complexion Sponge by Real Techniques. Before I get into each and every sponge, I want to let you guys know what I use my sponges for. Obviously foundation, I love using a sponge for my foundation. I don't really like using a brush. I just feel like sponges give a little bit of a lighter application and it just doesn't feel heavy on my skin when I use a sponge. And then I also use it for concealer. I like to clean up my edges. I have like semi-hooded eyes, so I like to clean up, and I want a sponge that can help give me like a straight line up here. So I look for it for that. I set my face, like when I clean up my contour, I like to use a sponge to apply loose powder here to kind of clean up my edges. So that's what I use my sponges for. That's what I look for in a sponge. So just to let you guys know, because you might disagree with me on some sponges, but I mean, this is just what I look for. The first one is the NYX Flawless Finish Face Sponge. Blah, I can't say that, guys. I probably messed it up, but oh well. This retails for $7.99 on the Ulta website. It's at $8 on the NYX website, just saying. But this is the packaging. It comes in this little plastic box. It says here on the back, a multifunctional sponge with a rounded bottom and a flat edge, perfect for blending and contouring for a smooth, flawless finish. First off, I like that it's black. I like the color. I feel like it doesn't look as dirty. I mean, you can still see that it's dirty, but it's not as bad. It does have the rounded bottom, and then it does have this flat edge, which I like. Like I mentioned before, I like to clean up my edges. So anytime there's a flat edge, I typically like it. The feel of it, it's pretty dense. It's not as airy and spongy as the Beauty Blender. It's not as airy and spongy as another sponge that I'm gonna mention, but it's a little dense. It's very, very soft. I feel like this does soak up a good amount of foundation. It's just not as airy, you know what I mean? So it tends to trap up a ton of liquids. As far as cleaning up the edges, I don't like this flat side at all. I feel like it's not very precise because the edge right here is rounded. It doesn't give me a good edge. This side though, not the flat edge, this side is really good for getting right here in the inner corner. It's nice and bouncy, round and soft, so it's good to blend out right in the inner corner. But as far as cleaning up, not a fan of it. There's something black underneath my eye. Overall, it's a good sponge. It does its job. I wish it didn't soak up as much foundation. I wish it could help me out a little bit more with my edges, but of course, if that's not what you look for in a sponge, you might like this because it blends out concealer well with this like rounded edge, and it does a pretty good job at cleaning up the contour. So it's an okay sponge. Sorry guys, I had to change my battery, so I might be a little off. But the next sponge that I have for you guys is the L'Oreal Paris Blend Artist Infallible Foundation Blender. On the back it says it delivers ergonomic control, provides even and easy application, and can be used all over the face. This does retail for $7.99 on the Ulta website, so it's the same price as the NYX sponge. This is what it looks like. It feels the exact same way as the NYX sponge feels. This is dense, it's soft, not as airy and spongy as the Beauty Blender. It still works. It still applies my foundation really well. The shape though, this is the type of shape that I see a lot at TJ Maxx and Marshalls. I'm not a huge fan of it, but it still oddly works. I feel like the bottom is really big, so you can cover like a large area of your face. Like you would need maybe like 5 dabs and like you're good. For the tip, I kind of have to squeeze it like this just to get right underneath my eyes. I feel like it's a little bit big to get right in the inner corner. It still blends out concealer well. It doesn't clean up my eyeshadow edge. Like I have to take the concealer and put the concealer sharp like that and then blend it out with the sponge, and then it's fine. But I can't just kind of blend my concealer out like 1, 2, 3 and go with this and sharpen up my edge. It's just not gonna happen with this type of sponge. So just like the NYX sponge, I feel like it does soak up a little bit more foundation than I would like. But other than that, it does apply my foundation well. Like I said, I wish it didn't soak up so much, but it's okay. And then as far as cleaning up my contour, it's okay. Because it doesn't have like a flat edge or anything, I kind of just pounce it right underneath. It will give me somewhat of a straight line, like it's doable, but it's not like my favorite sponge, you know what I mean? That's all that I have to say about the L'Oreal one, but now I'm moving on to the Mriacle Diamond Sponge by Real Techniques. Mriacle Diamond Sponge retails for $9.99 on the Ulta website. This is by far the prettiest sponge you will find. Like, is this not beautiful? It's shaped like a diamond. It's a marbly finish. It is gorgeous. Like, I didn't even want to use this sponge for foundation. I just wanted to keep it on my desk. But this feels exactly the same way as the Mriacle Complexion Sponge by Real Techniques. I feel like they're made out of the same like sponge. They're just obviously they're different. But it's very airy. It's very spongy. It's not an exact, as far as like the quality goes, or like the actual sponge, it's not an exact dupe of the Beauty Blender, but it's right up there. Like, it's very airy and spongy. Like, I feel it. It's super soft. It's not as dense as the first two. It's very, very airy, which I like. The shape though is, I mean, I don't know if this is realistic for your foundation. I like this flat edge because it covers a big area of my face. Kind of like the L'Oreal one. Covers, you know, pretty much my whole, like half of my cheek. Half of my cheek is already done. You know, I only need like 3 dabs and I'm good to go. It's okay to clean up my eyeshadow edge. It's not the best. I feel like it's a little bit better than the NYX one, but it's still, you know, it's not my favorite to clean up my concealer. This pointy tip is okay at getting right in the inner corner. Like, it fits right here. Just that this pointy tip is so flimsy that I have to like put my finger all the way up top and really like get it in there. But it's pretty good at getting right in the inner corner. It takes a little bit because it's so flimsy to really blend it out, but it still does a good job. I like it. It also does a good job at cleaning up my contour. It has like a flat, I mean, it has flat edges pretty much everywhere, but it does a good job at cleaning up my contour too. I really like it. Overall, I really like the sponge. I like the material. I like the way it feels. I like the way it applies my foundation. It doesn't soak up as much foundation. It does an okay job at cleaning up my eyeshadow, and it does a pretty good job at cleaning up my contour. I feel like I need something a little bit more precise when it comes to my concealer. Like, the contour isn't that bad, like it doesn't have to be super precise, but when it comes to my eyeshadow, it's got to be like bam in your face. So yeah, this is a really good sponge. I totally recommend it. It's one of my favorites. On to the EcoTools Perfecting Blender Duo. This is the packaging. The EcoTools sponge comes with another sponge. It's a mini one. It looks the exact same way. It's just a little bit smaller. I'm not going to include that in this video because that's more of like considered to be like concealer and contour. So I'm just talking about the bigger sponge in this video. The EcoTools sponge retails for $9.99 on the Target website. I actually couldn't find it on Ulta.com. I feel like that's kind of weird. Maybe they don't sell it. But on the back of the packaging, it says the large base blender is soft and flexible to create light, buildable coverage. The flat surface applies product to large surface areas, round base seamlessly blends lines, and the wedge tip guides precise straight lines. I really like the shape of the sponge. I use the rounded edge to bounce the foundation on. I will also use the longer flat edge to put my foundation on. The smaller edge, I kind of just, I don't really ever use that like flat on its side. I will use this straight edge to clean up my eyeshadow. I will use it to get right into the inner corner of my eyes. I really, really like that. I feel like the sponge though feels the exact same way as the L'Oreal and NYX sponge. Like, I feel like they're made out of the same exact material, which means that this sponge does soak up quite a lot of foundation. Still applies my foundation well, it just soaks up a lot of it, so I feel like I don't get as much coverage as I normally would if I used one of these two sponges. I love the way it cleans up my contour. Like, it gives me the perfect straight edge. I really, really like that. And I mean, I already mentioned it really does a good job at cleaning up my eyeshadow. Now, if you don't really care about the eyeshadow part, if you don't care about the contour, then I mean, you might really like this. You might think I'm crazy, and that's fine, but at the end of the day, it still will soak up a lot of foundation. It's just very, very dense. Lastly, if you guys watch my videos, you know I love this sponge. I can't hide it. It's the Real Techniques Mriacle Complexion Sponge. It's bright orange. I think it would be really cool though if they changed up the colors, like if they came out with a black one or like a green one, something like that. But it has a flat edge here that I love, and then it has a pointy tip on the bottom. I like to use the flat edge to apply my foundation, and I'm gonna give you a perfect example. A while back, my nose was very, very red. It was dry. I had texture on it. It was gross, actually. And I was trying out these sponges, and I used my Real Techniques one day. I put on my foundation. I used the CoverGirl Ready Set Gorgeous. I love it. And when I had a full-on work day, I got home and my nose was fine. a little bit of redness showed, but it was fine, like you could barely notice it. When I was testing out these 3 sponges though, I used my CoverGirl Ready Set Gorgeous, but by midday, I would say 12 or 1 o'clock, like everybody came up to me and they were like, why is your nose red? Oh my god, your nose is so red. So that just kind of proves my point that these sponges don't apply the foundation, like they just soak up the foundation. It doesn't apply enough foundation to my face. Yes, I could build up the foundation, like I can use 2 layers instead of 1, but why am I gonna waste product with these 3 sponges when I can just do 1 layer and this sponge covers my face no problem. My pinky nail fell off. I'm not sure where it went, but I'm finishing this video up, so just pretend like my nail is still on. But I'm gonna take you guys now from my least favorite sponge to my favorite sponge. Least favorite, it's gonna have to be the NYX sponge. It's still a good sponge. Like I mentioned, it's really good at getting in the inner corner, and it's good for cleaning up the contour, but I don't like that it soaks up so much foundation, and I don't like how it cleans up my edge. It's not good for me, but of course, you might like this sponge, and that's totally fine. So this is my least favorite. And then I have the L'Oreal, what is this called again? Blend Artist Infallible Foundation Blender. This one is really nice. I can't clean up my edges with this. The contour edge, it's okay, but it's not my favorite, and it soaks up foundation. But I do like this soft little circular edge. That's why I like it a little bit more than the NYX one. And then for the middle one, I gotta go with my EcoTools one. I like this more than these 2 because I feel like this helps me with my edge, it helps me with my contour, but that's pretty much why I picked this one to be better than these 2, because it's just the shape of it. Otherwise, they all feel the same, like I mentioned, but it's just a shape. I feel like it works a little bit better for me. Then I have the Mriacle Diamond Sponge by Real Techniques. I just love the way this feels. It doesn't soak up a ton of foundation, and I can use the edges for everything on my face. And then lastly, of course, I have the Real Techniques Mriacle Complexion Sponge. This is my favorite. If you guys haven't tried this, go to your Ulta, go to your Target, get the one in the 2-pack for $10.99, and you will thank me later. That's all that I have for you guys today. Let me know how you like these sponges. I feel like a lot of people love these, and they're not bad. They're just not my favorite. I don't know. I wouldn't say that I love these sponges. They're good, but they're not like, oh my god, I love them so much. So let me know how you feel about all of these sponges. I would really like to know. Let me know what kind of videos you want to see next, and I will see you in my next video. Peace. That was weird. That was weird. Bye, guys.